Okay, students. So in the last class, we have already solved questions up to 10. Okay, this is the physics question IBDP HL. Part 1, I have already made the YouTube video. Now we'll start from the question number 11. Okay, paper 1. This is paper 1. So question number 11. Which graph represents the variation with displacement of the potential energy P and the total energy T of a system undergoing simple harmonic motion? So in simple harmonic motion, if it is just we are assuming that if it is a simple harmonic motion. So this is the mean position. And these are the two extremes, isn't it? To and fro motion, we can represent like this also. This is the mean position. And these are the extremes, left extreme and right extreme. So at mean position, what is the displacement? Displacement is 0. Displacement at mean position is 0. And when the displacement is maximum at the extremes. Okay. So potential energy will be maximum at the extremes and it will be 0 in the middle. And kinetic energy will be maximum in the middle and kinetic energy will be 0 at the extremes. But the total energy will be conserved. That will be constant. Okay. So what we see here, figure A, B, C, D. So here what we see in figure B, the potential energy is maximum at the extremes and it is 0 at the mean position and the total energy is constant. T represents the total energy and P represents the potential energy. So this figure is correct. Okay, because at extremes the potential energy is maximum. So this figure matches with the requirement. Next, a wave is polarized. What must be correct about the wave? It is a transverse wave, longitudinal wave, standing wave, and traveling wave. So it is transverse wave. Because longitudinal waves cannot be polarized. Only transverse waves can be polarized. For example, light waves can be polarized. So when you study light, you study the polarization of light waves, but you don't study the polarization of sound waves because sound is a longitudinal wave. So A is correct. 12A is correct. Next, question number 13. A group of students perform an experiment to find the refractive index of a glass block. They measure various values of the angle of incidence I and angle of reflection R for a ray entering the glass from air. So they plot a graph of the sine R against sine I. So here the graph is sine R against sine I. So from this graph, what we can find, if we want to find the slope of this line, then what will be that? Slope will be, if this is theta, so tan theta is equal to slope, means slope m is equal to tan theta will be slope. Tangent of that angle is called the slope, means m is equal to what? M is equal to, from here what we get? Sine R upon sine I. Okay, if this is delta y and this is delta x, so tan theta of this is equal to delta y upon delta x, means in other terms you can write sine R upon sine I. Isn't it? And what is the definition of refractive index from the Snell's law? As per Snell's law, mu is equal to sine I upon sine I. Okay, already we know. So what is the relation between m and mu? Mu is equal to 1 upon m. Correct? Because m is equal to sine R upon sine I and mu is equal to sine I upon sine R. Okay, so mu is the reciprocal of m. So mu is equal to 1 by m. Now already we know the relation between the, we have to find the critical angle. Which of the following gives the critical angle of the glass? So there is a relation between critical angle and refractive index. What is that? Sin C is equal to 1 upon mu. So now we'll put the value of mu here. So sin C is equal to 1 upon 1 by m. It means when m will go up, so it will become sin C is equal to m. So because sin C is equal to m, so C is equal to sin inverse m. So A is the correct answer. Okay? A is the correct answer. We'll go to the next question. A standing wave is formed in a pipe open at one end and closed at the other. This is the closed end, this is the open end. The length of the pipe is L and the speed of the sound in the pipe is V. So N is a positive integer. What expression is correct about the frequencies of the harmonics in the pipe? Means first harmonic, second harmonic, like that. So if it is open at one end and closed at one end, then the formation of nodes and anti-nodes will be like this. So here node will be formed at this, at closed end node will be formed, and at open end anti-node will be formed. Okay. So this length is L. If this is a complete wave. See, this is, isn't it? This is called lambda. Okay. So when we'll compare this with this is only half of this, isn't it? This is only half of this one. This wave is like this only. It is up to here only. Okay. It means it is lambda by 4. This is lambda by 2. And this is complete lambda. So what is the length from here to here? That is lambda by 4. And that is equal to L, equative. L is equal to lambda by 4. So lambda is equal to 4L. Okay. There is a relation between velocity, frequency, and wavelength. What is that? V is equal to F lambda. It means F is equal to what? V upon lambda. Okay. Here it is asking for the frequencies of the harmonics in the pipe. Okay. So F is equal to V upon 4L. But for different harmonics, because here the first harmonic is formed at when put n is equal to 1, then we are getting 1. So it means this will be 2n minus 1. Okay, first harmonic when we'll get, because first harmonic we are getting here only. So 2 into 1 minus 1 means 2 minus 1, 1 means V upon 4L. Similarly, we'll get the second harmonics. So this is for the, in the same way we can find the second. When we'll find the second, then in that case, if this is your first harmonic, then second harmonic will be what? 2 into 2, 4 minus 1, 3B by 4L. Similarly, we can find the third harmonic. That will be 2 3 are 6, 6 minus 1, 5, 5 by 4. 5 by 3 by B by 4L. So this satisfies not 2L, it will be 4L. Okay. So this will be D. So B is the correct answer. Okay. 2n minus 1 V upon 4L is the correct answer. 2n minus 1 V upon 4L. Come to the next question. Now, two positive charges of magnitude Q and 2Q are fixed as shown. So this is positive and this is also positive. Okay. So at which position is the electric field due to these charges equal to 0? If we calculate the electric field here, so here we are considering unit positive charge plus one charge. So what will the due to Q, it will be in this direction. Due to this 2Q also, it will also repel it. So this will they are not going to cancel. Here also, due to this 2Q charge, this one, due to this Q charge, this one, so they are not going to cancel. So A and B are cancelled. Now we see the option B and C. So for B, because here the charge is 2Q, so the force of repulsion will be like this. Okay. And for this, the force of repulsion will be like this. Okay. So both will cancel each other because here 2Q is here distance is more. So this will be smaller. And this because here charge is Q here. So this will also be smaller. Means both will equate each other. Getting it? So here the electric field at B due to charge Q and electric field at B due to charge 2Q will be equal and opposite. So they will cancel each other. So B is the correct answer. Here it will not be because here the repulsion force due to this and for this it will be unequal. So they will not cancel. But here they will cancel it. So B is the correct answer. So we'll write the answer here B. B is the correct answer. Why? Because here this is E due to charge Q. This is the E due to charge 2Q, and this is the E electric field due to charge Q. So EQ equal to E2Q, isn't it? But they are equal and opposite. So they will cancel each other. Electric field due to Q charge and electric field due to 2Q charge at B will cancel each other. Here, P and Q are two conductors of the same material connected in series. Q has a diameter twice that of P. What is the drift speed of electrons in P? Ratio of drift speed of electrons in P to the drift speed of electrons in Q. So what is the relation? So I is equal to, already we know that N, E, A, E, D, where N is the number density of electrons, means number of electrons per unit volume. What is E? E is the charge on one electron. What is A? A is the area of cross section of the conductor. And what is VD? VD is the drift velocity. Okay. So this we can, and this I is constant because if from here, this is the positive terminal, this is the negative terminal. So same I is flowing in this also and this also. So I is constant. Okay. So we can write that N E A E D is constant. Is equal to constant. Okay. It means N is also constant, E is also constant. So A VD should also be constant. Multiplication of A VD should be constant. It means this VD is proportional to 1 by A, isn't it? And A, what is the area of a circular conductor? Area of cross section A is equal to pi d square by 4. Pi d square by 4. So that VD we can write VD, if velocity is proportional to 1 upon d square we can write. Here d is used for the drift. This is the d square. It means, or if I am writing Vp, writing this velocity of for P conductor, I am writing Vp, and for the drift speed of electrons in Q, I am writing VQ. Okay, so that will be, we can write it as dq square upon dt square. Okay, so here the diameter is twice. So that we can write here 2d square upon d square. So when we solve it, we'll get Vp by Vq is equal to 4d square upon d square. So d square cancel. So 4. Okay. This is Vp upon dip velocity, means dip speed of electrons in P to the ratio of dip velocity of electrons in Q. So that will be 4. 4 is the correct answer. Next. Okay, 3 lamps XYZ are connected as shown in the circuit. The EMF of the cell is 20 volt. Total EMF of the cell is equal to 20 volt. The internal resistance of the cell is negligible. The power dissipated by X, Y, and Z is 10 watt, 20 watt, and 20 watt respectively. So here Y and Z both are connected in parallel. So the voltage of Y and voltage of Z will be same. Means Vy is equal to Vz. And what is the total voltage? Total EMF 20. It means Vx plus Vy is equal to 20. Okay. Now already we know the relation between voltage, current, and power. That is P is equal to Vi, isn't it? So that I is equal to P upon V. Then we can write Px upon Vx is equal to total current will be, if I current is flowing through this Ix, this is Iy, this is Iz. So what is the relation? Ix equal to Iy plus Iz. Okay. If this is Ix, so this will be Iy and this will be Iz. Okay. So the total current is Ix. Ix will be distributed here in two parts, Iy and Iz. So Ix is equal to Iy plus Iz. So we can write it as, for Ix, I'm writing Px upon Vx. For Iy, I can write Py upon Vy. And for Iz, I can write Pz upon Vz. So here Px is what? Px is already given 10. So 10 upon Vx. And Vy is equal to Vz is equal to 20 upon Vy plus Pz is also 20. And Vz is equal to Vy. So here also I can write Vy. So this becomes 10 upon Vx. This is x. 10 upon Vx is equal to 20 plus 20, 40. 40 upon Vy. So now we can find Vx by Vy is equal to what? 10 upon 40. Vx by Vy is equal to 10 upon 40 means 1 upon 4. And the sum, there are two equations. Vx plus Vy is equal to 20. And their ratio should be 1 upon 4. So which option out of this satisfies this condition? So 4 and this one. Okay. Vx is equal to 4 volt and Vy is equal to 16 volt. It will satisfy it because 4 plus 16 is equal to 20 also. And 4 upon 16 is also, we are getting 1 by 4. This satisfied. So B is the correct answer. Okay. Now we'll go to the next question. Okay. So this is the question. An electron enters a region of uniform magnetic field at a speed v. The direction of the electron is perpendicular to the magnetic field. Means what is the angle between direction of electron and magnetic field? That is, means what is the angle between Q and V? Q and V, that is 90 degree. Okay, so already we know that the magnetic field, the magnetic force Fm is equal to, what is the formula? QVB sin theta. So here theta is equal to 90 degree. So magnetic force is equal to what? Q, E, and V. And due to this magnetic force, it is moving in a circular path. Okay. So so which force? This will equate with the centripetal force. So what is the centripetal force? Expression for that is equal to mv square by r. Isn't it? We'll equate this both. So Fm is equal to, magnetic force is equal to centripetal force. Means QVB is equal to mv square by r. So this V cancel. One V is cancel. Then we can write this V. V equal to QB by M into R. Means Q is constant, V is constant, M is constant. Correct? So V is directly proportional to R. So out of these four graphs, and if V will increase, then R will also increase. This is the meaning, okay? Because it's directly proportional. So out of these four graphs, which one is matching it? This one. Because as the V is increasing, R is also increasing. Okay? So A is the correct answer. Now P and R are parallel wires carrying the same current into the plane of the paper. P and R are equidistant. This distance. This distance is same. This distance is same. So because it is inside, here also the wire is inside. P and R are parallel wires carrying the same current into the plane of the paper. P and R are the equidistant from the point Q. The line PQ is perpendicular to the line RQ. So due to this, by the direction of magnetic field, what we find that here it will be clockwise. Due to this, due to current flowing in this wire, the direction of magnetic field will be this direction. Okay. And for this, it will also be clockwise. This is also clockwise. For this, it is clockwise in this direction. In this direction. For this also, it will be clockwise in this direction. So it will be like this. Okay. So if one is in this direction and their magnitude is same, another is in this direction. Okay. Then what is the resultant? Resultant we can find. If this is x, this is also x. So resultant will be root 2x. Okay. So which one is satisfying? This one, x root 2. X root 2 is the correct answer. Okay. Next question. A stunt man rides a motorcycle on the inside surface of a cylinder, which is the correct free body diagram showing all the forces acting on the cyclist at that position. So what are the forces acting here? Okay. Contact force, normal reaction force. Normal reaction force is acting in this direction. And the tendency of this biker is to fall, means if it is going in this direction, so friction will act in this direction. Isn't it? Friction. Okay, this is the normal reaction force. And the weight of this biker will act, weight along with the motorcycle, it will act at the center of gravity. Okay, that will weight. So out of these four, which one is matching? This C is matching. Correct? Frictional force F. This is your normal reaction force N, and this is the weight. So this is correct. is correct. Okay. So there are 10 more questions are remaining, but we'll do in the next class because otherwise the video will be too long. Okay. And if you want that some particular year question you want to be solved, then you can share that question paper in the comment box. Okay. I will solve it and upload it. So next remaining 10 questions we'll do in the next class.